Hello guys, once again welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Lunga Mr. Khumalo. Yes, I am so happy to be back once and I'll be giving you today in this beautiful day. It is National Women's Month, and to all women in South Africa we just like to say Happy Women's Month, and to all women globally who would be listening to this we just like to say be a phenomenal woman always, and know that you're great, you're fearfully wonderfully made, God's image you are made, and yes, you are destined for greatness. And yes, today we will be talking about the impotent and the power of saying or declaring affirmations, and probably there's a short affirmation that we'll do towards the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. And don't forget to subscribe and check our description box. We always have great stuff for you in our description box down below. We normally have even the links to everything that we do, our podcast up there, our Instagrams down there, Facebook down there. So if you want to get in touch with us, the description box, it has everything. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell, because every Monday weekly we come and we give you great stuff. Straight to it today, as I said earlier on, that we will be talking on the importance and the power of declaration or affirmations. When I started doing it, as a church guy, I think that's where I first did it, declaring, saying all these things, and back then I was just saying them, for the sake of saying them, because I'm a church, I don't want to be rude, so I would say these declarations but without fully understanding and without even listening carefully at what is that I'm declaring, what is that I'm drawing to the universe, what is that I'm planting, what are these words meaning as I'm sending them out, as I'm saying them, One of the greatest things I think we as human beings, we are normally not aware of what we say. We just speak and we forget that it is the most dangerous thing ever to speak. If we were wise enough, we would have rather spoken less and thought more, because to speak, it is similar as when you're in the garden, and you're carrying seeds with your hand. Every time you speak or say something, you're throwing a seed into the ground. Every time you're saying it, you're throwing it. And one thing with the ground is that it does not matter and it does not care whether you're throwing it because you want to throw it or you're throwing it because you're planting it. Nonetheless, it is the seed that you have in your hand, and the seed has ability and power. So every time you throw it, it's going down to be planted regardless. So similar with words. They don't care whether you're playing or not playing. They don't care whether you are emotionally intact to them or not emotionally intact. Sometimes we say things, and we blab away, and we don't even aware of the impact and the ability and the power behind those words. One of the saddest things is that everything that we have uttered with our words, with our mouth, don't have the ability of reversing it back to us. We don't have even the ability of retrieving it. Once it is out, it is out. We could even say sorry, but the fact that you've apologized about it does not mean it will no longer happen or it does no longer hurt. It simply means you understand how much of an impact you've done by saying those words. That's the only thing. Asking for an apology after uttering words. So similar with affirmation or declarations, when we declare, we are saying something, we are planting something. Forgive me for doing this, but I have to do it, because if I don't know what else I'll do. But I'll say this. Listen, even when God, when He created the earth, when He created the universe, when He created, in fact, everything that we see, He did not use His hands, yet He used His mouth. He declared everything and it came to pass. So imagine if we possess that ability because we are making His image and in His likeness. If we possess the similar ability as Him and we are in His image and likeness, that simply means that whatever that we declare with our mouth, we are planting. So whenever we utter every word, we are planting something in the universe, and that thing has the ability of growing. And as it grows, it will turn into a fruit. And every fruit has a person who needs to eat it. And believe me or not, but you are the one who's going to reap. You are the one going to reap that thing that you just planted, bro. So it is very important for us as people, that we understand that every word we utter with our mouth, one day we will have to face it. One day, somehow, we're going to come across it. All those negativity you're drawing out about yourself, that you're no good, that you won't amount to anything, one day you will come across it and you'll have to face it. So it is very important for you to utter things that whenever you come across, you'll be able to face. Create a thing that you will like to see before you whenever you come across it one day. Do not utter words that you will never want to see before you. Because believe it or not, everything that we declare with our mouth, everything that we speak, and it's so important for us to make sure that we always check what is in our mind. Because the greatest weapon God gave a human being, it is their mind. But the fact that you have the ability to think, that means you are more than dangerous. Because that means two things if you still possess the ability to think. Number one, it means you are alive. and it means you're conscious. Your consciousness is high. So now listen, my friend, listen, my brother, listen to me, my sister. Why don't you take a decision? Because you've seen that and worrying and to dwell on the negativity, it has never helped. Why don't you first change your paradigm, change your thinking, change how you think, change how you see things, change your perspective? Because once you've changed that, automatically you'll also have to eventually change even the way you speak. Because once we change the mind, we automatically have changed even the way we speak. Because one of the things is that every thought results as utterance eventually. Everything that we think eventually results as utterance. We alter everything that we've processed in our mind, everything that we've thought. And yes, some people are at a level where they speak it off voluntary, they just go off. Just like, but it is so important at the same time as that happened. Check even a cybernetic mechanic, And for those who don't know, a cybernetic mechanic, it is the cycle that we have in us, the repetition of the same thing, that eventually results in us living the life we're living and getting the results we're getting, the paradigm we're in. Because if you could change that cybernetic mechanic, we would have changed the whole cycle. What am I saying? There are these things that are called generational things, like generational things, like you possessed it from your father. It simply takes one thought and full commitment into action for you to be a step away from that. I know people will be coming from me after this, but I'll say it again. It takes one thought away from you to be away from that cybernetic mechanic which is in your mind, that is generational in your family. What am I saying? As it is always said that the power of changing, it is in you. It is within you. Similar with the power of creating something new. You see, we are given time, brothers and sisters, and with time possesses or gives us the greatest thing in life, because time comes with opportunities. And if we could take the opportunity of changing and change into greater good, but first we need to change our minds, so that once we've changed our minds, as I said it earlier on, we would automatically have changed our utterance. So what am I saying today, brothers and sisters? It is so important for us to understand what is happening in our mind. It's so important for us to understand why we are trapped in our mind. Because once we've mastered that, at least we are a step ahead and we know what is that we're dealing with. And once we've known what we're dealing with, it will be easy for us to deal with it accordingly. After all, we can never diagnose what we don't know. So we need to know what is that is troubling us. We need to know what is that holding us back. For us to experience new results in our lives, we need to know what is holding us. And once we've got that paradigm where we're locked, where we are trapped, we'll be able to start uttering according to where we want to be. We will be able to start uttering according to our destination rather than our current situation. It has been said that those who are successful in life, who have big dreams, and who are crazy enough in life that they believe that they can change the world. So here are some words that I would like you to declare. After declaring them, it is your responsibility to continuously, every time, declare them in your heart, in your mind, and even outspoken if you have to. Because if you do this, I promise you, you'll see results. So these declarations is the one that I normally say to myself. I say to myself, I call myself by my name so that it could be instilled in my mind. I say, you're good enough to go for everything that you dream of having. I say to myself, you're good enough to acquire all of your dreams. You're good enough to have everything you desire in life. In fact, you will have it. Not only are you good enough, but you were made for it, hence you thought of it. I say, Lunga, you're one of the best creations God made. You are not made by mistake, but you were intentionally and purposefully created for a certain assignment and mission on earth. Earth needs you because you possess a solution to it. You think positive, and positive things are attracted to you. You bring solution even who a solution seems impossible to be around. People love you and you love them so much. You attract everything that is on a good vibration, and you are so successful. People see you and they see greatness. When people see you, see a blessing. You are blessed. Believe it, know it, and be it. If you could listen to these words every day and declare them to yourself, I promise you change. This is Lunga Mr. Komalo. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.